Well, hello there. My name is Ryan Dvorak, and welcome to the third annual Alberni Valley Elementary Tournament. We have 10 teams wrestling in this tournament, representing all 6 Alberni elementary schools, plus John Paul II, Kahopayak Elementary, Klulit Elementary School, and Wickaninich Elementary School. So many of these kids have traveled a long way. This is an elementary wrestling tournament, so we're looking basically at kindergarten to grade 7. As you can see behind me, the gym is just starting to fill up, and we're looking forward to a fantastic 3 hours of action as these young people give everything they've got on the mats. Well, folks, as you can see, the young people have arrived at the third annual Alberni Valley Elementary Wrestling Program. We have 165 entrants, which will represent well over 300 matches. That is a tremendous amount of wrestling that we're going to be seeing here today. And with 300 matches, folks, we're not going to be able to bring you every single match, but what we're going to do is showcase the passion and the dedication that these young people have put into the sport of wrestling over the course of the last 3 months. And here's to you, Nancy, who's going to interview Tom McAvey, the guru of the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program, who has been our leader, our motivator, our mentor for over the last 40 years.
Well, thank you, Ryan. As you know, this may be only the third annual elementary wrestling tournament, but elementary schools have been a big part of wrestling in the Alberni for a long time, and nobody knows better than Mr. Tom McAvey himself how important they've been. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm great, thanks.
So, tell me a little bit about how elementary schools have been involved in wrestling programs over the years.
We've always understood that our bread and butter of our program is in how we develop the young kids coming in. Wrestling's a tough sport, so we want to try and at least introduce it in a fun and entertaining way for kids. We started doing that back in the early 80s by doing demos in the elementary schools and having try-it sessions, and it evolved over the years to kids coming to the Alberni Invitational, having an opportunity, week-long events, summer camp for elementary schools. But when the middle schools were disbanded, I guess 3 years ago, we decided it was time to really embed it in the elementaries, and it's now embedded in the elementary after-school sports program.
So what does that exactly mean to people out there who aren't involved in elementary schools? What does that mean to have a wrestling program embedded?
Well, it just means that it's one of the recognized sports that they pay attention to. James Messenger, I know, is the coordinator of the after-school sports program, along with a number of other people in the elementary schools. And it just means that wrestling's kind of taken a new level now, and that in the fall, it is something that the schools can look forward to. We've been able to get wrestling mats in all the schools. We have teacher sponsors now. We have alumni and athletes from ADSS coaching. So we're very, very blessed. And this tournament is the culmination of those efforts.
And tell me the truth, is this how you raise champions?
Absolutely. Raise champions in life. I was smiling the other day when I went around to the schools and watched them in their play days, and really what I saw was a bunch of young people participating in healthy activity, healthy physical activity, a lot of good sportsmanship, a lot of fun, and if those things are happening, we're going to find the top wrestlers, but for us it's all that other stuff that comes first.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself. Tom, thank you so much. Ryan, there you have it. Champions in life, champions on the mat.
We have here Isaac McDonald, who is the son of John McDonald, the head coach of the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program, and Isaac is carrying on that tradition now as the head official for the Alberni Valley Elementary Wrestling Tournament. So Isaac, what's it like to basically run a tournament with 165 young people?
Well, I trust in my teammates that we have out here. All the refs that we have here are wrestlers that wrestle at ADSS, and they are contributing back to our younger generation of future wrestlers. And yeah, I take pride in coming back to help the lower level elementary groups and helping out, and just I love officiating. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Isaac. Now, as a grade 12 soon-to-be graduate of the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program, and trust me, folks, Isaac has been on the mat since probably the second day he was born. How have you found the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program in terms of your development?
Well, the wrestling program means a lot to me. Like you said, again, I've been on the wrestling mat since I was about 2 years old, and I just love the sport. It's something that comes natural to me, and I love getting on the mat, putting my boots on, wrestling, and like today, I love giving back to the sport. Wrestling means it's gone into my schoolwork. It's given me the hard work ethic that I have today to get good grades and hopefully go to university.
Well, thank you very much, Isaac, and have a great day out there, and make sure those kids are safe.
Thank you.
And now we'll throw it over to Nancy, who's going to interview Aaron Kietlaw, who's the coach of the Hopiac Wrestling Program. Here's to you, Nancy.
Well, you know, Ryan, you cannot look anywhere in this room and not see wrestling alumni. Some of them, like Aaron Kietlaw, who are now coaching. Aaron, you're coaching the Hopiac school.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you were a longtime wrestler. You were in the program for a lot of years. Do you think the elementary school program has been a good fit for Hopiac?
It's been a good switch since we ended out from having middle schools to now having elementary to high school. So we needed a way to transition and have younger wrestlers included and have a good intake system to continue our growth as a team.
And has it worked? Has there been a lot of interest at Hopiac?
I think so. We have a pretty good team. We get about 15 kids out every week. It's a lot of fun. It's my first time kind of being a head coach for a longer period of time, and it's been a lot of fun.
So how many times a week do these kids come out to practice?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice a week.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it starts right off in September?
Yeah, it's our first season for any sport at the school, so it's been a good time, and this is the last day today.
Nice. How often are there matches against other schools?
Sorry?
How often do they meet up with other schools and actually compete?
We've had 2 play dates so far, and that's just group practices, so we'll get 3 or 4 schools together. And this is our first day of actual wrestling for some of our kids, and they're kind of nervous.
How about you? How about the coach? You nervous too?
Absolutely not. No, never.
Well, Aaron, I know your kids are getting ready to wrestle, so I'm going to let you go. Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
We've got a couple of young people here. We have Aiden. Aiden, what do you like most about wrestling?
I really like the passion of the sport and how fun it is and how cool it is, and that just about the passion of the sport and wrestling itself is really cool. And so, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Aiden.
Yep.
And we have Sydney here. Sydney, what do you like most about the sport of wrestling?
I really like the sport and how you get to be chest on chest and try to get in tight and try to flip the opponent super fast before the time runs out. And I really like that. I don't know, I really like sports like this the most.
So, when you say that you like the chest on chest, just so everybody understands, do you like the physical nature of it? The fact that you get to really...
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Sydney, what do you like about the amount of work that gets put in? Do you find wrestling to be hard or find it to be easy?
I find it to be hard and easy sometimes.
Okay, well, tell me more about that.
If you're wrestling an opponent that's a little bit under your weight class, it's more easier, but they're more smaller than you, so they can move more faster. But when you're wrestling an opponent that's more up your weight class, it's sort of harder because you have to try and move faster than them, and it's sort of hard to flip them when you're doing ground moves and standing up moves.
Excellent, Sydney. So do you ever get tired when you're wrestling?
Yeah, but I don't really let it affect me. I try to like push that aside, and I also get tired really lots when I'm doing it because I'm also have asthma. So it's tiring and also it's not tiring.
Well, thank you very much, Sydney. It looks like you're having a great tournament, and good luck out there, and leave it all on the mats, girl. Okay. So now, Aiden, you've already told us what you like most about wrestling. How do you find the physical nature of the sport?
I find it cool and stuff. I find that there's a lot of competition, and that sometimes matches are good and sometimes they're bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, one thing I always noticed when I was wrestling is both a team sport and an individual sport. When you step on that mat, you're out there by yourself, and it's all the work that you've put in. So how much work do you feel that you've put into this?
A lot, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I try to do 100%, but sometimes there's some matches where you're tired and you can't really give it 100%. So yeah.
I totally understand. I've been there. Now, do you plan to pursue wrestling up into the high school?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there, Aiden. Thank you very much.
Well, Ryan, there's a lot of coaches here, there's a lot of alumni, but there's only one team, one elementary school team that has an Olympian as a coach, Travis Cross. How do you like coaching this crew?
It's so much fun, amazing. I got my 2 sons on here. The McQuina team are just, you can see them all around here, just very energetic and excited. And yeah, I love this. It's a lot of fun.
Do you think they're taking home the trophy? Do you think that that wrestling is a good fit for the elementary sports?
Yeah, definitely. Our Alberni wrestling program has recognized that at this age we can use it as an introduction sport for 10 weeks, and the kids just get a little taste of what wrestling's about so that they can choose whether they want to pursue it later in life. So, yeah.
Okay, you got to get on the mat. I got one question for you. Are you inspiring them or are they inspiring you?
Well, they definitely inspire me because this is really just for the love of the sport, what they're involved in, and so I don't know. Hopefully, I can inspire them in some little way, and I think you can see that by their energy and stuff. So, yeah.
Good luck today, Travis. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Okay, I'm here with Summer, and Summer is from the very strong McQuina Elementary Wrestling contingent. McQuina's brought a lot of students out here. So, Summer, what do you like most about the sport of wrestling?
Wrestling is an active sport. You can, you can wrestle with your friends, learn more stuff. It's very active. I don't really know how to describe it that much.
Okay, so is it the physical nature of the sport? Is it the amount of work and sweat you have to put into it?
It's like the physical sport.
Okay, so you're part of the McQuina wrestling program. Tell me about the team. What's the team like?
The team is very energetic, very energetic, very I don't know how to describe it, but very quiet. Like if he's saying something, they just sit down and listen. And sometimes, they do really good. I see a lot of people, doing very good, and the coach is very nice too.
Okay, well, thank you, Summer. Now, what do you want in terms of your performance, what do you want to see today in this tournament?
Kids doing pretty well. Kids learning a lot of other stuff.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Summer. Good luck out there, and go McQuina.
Well, there is so much going on in this gym. Every mat's got 2 matches going on it. One person is kind of holding the strings to everything that's going on. James Messenger, event organizer. James, you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's a lot of action going on, a lot of excitement, a little bit stress getting it all off the ground and getting things rolling. But now that matches are happening and kids are smiling, kids are learning, it's a great feeling.
How important is a tournament like this to the school programs?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of the culminating event, right? A lot of our programs based on participation and kids being involved, but we recognize there's a lot of kids that are ready for that little bit of challenge, a little bit of competition, and they're ready to make that next step. And that's kind of what this tournament is about, and it helps them bridge to the next level if they want to compete with wrestling and move beyond just having fun, being active, and they want to get into that competition spirit.
And I know it's way too early to be thinking about this. These kids are having fun. But is it hard to not scout a little bit when you're here looking for the next big champion?
Absolutely. I mean, you see the kids, you can see the kids who sort of have that natural feel for it. And I mean, there's a reason why all our high school kids are here and all our high school coaches are here. It's because, you know, it's great for kids, but it's also great for our program. And we see these kids coming up to the high school and being successful and being great citizens, but also great wrestlers.
And James, you are, of course, an educator first. If you were to give this a grade, what grade would you give this tournament?
I'd say a good B+, solid B+.
James, thank you.
We're here with Autumn Huseman. Autumn is in grade 4 from, what school are you at, Autumn?
Neil.
Neil Elementary School. I went to Neil Elementary School, Autumn. It was awesome, okay? And Coach Anchor is fantastic, isn't she?
Yeah.
So Autumn, how long have you been wrestling?
For 4 months.
When did you start?
In the summer.
At the camp, or?
Yeah.
How did you like the camp?
Well, it was fun because I'm not just sitting home at wrestling. I will at home because it's summer and it's break. So, and I haven't been going to Neil. This is my first year at Neil. So, it was funner, and I got to see my friends from Alberni, and I got to make new friends from Neil, and now they're my friends at school. So that's why I liked it.
Oh, that's awesome, Autumn. So what do you find about the sport of wrestling that you really enjoy?
I really enjoy it because I'm active, and sometimes after wrestling, I go to dance, and then I know that I'm active, and I'm not just going to dance so sloppy, and I have more energy.
Excellent, Autumn. Thank you. And are you looking forward to wrestling today?
Uh-huh.
Well, good luck, Autumn. I wish you the best. Thank you. I'm here with Aaron Badavinik. Aaron is an athlete, a grade 12 athlete in the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program, and is looking forward to great things in the future of wrestling. Aaron's also a student, as I mentioned, in grade 12 at ADSS, and Aaron is also a coach for John Howard Elementary School. So Aaron, what is it like coaching these young people and giving back to the program?
It's a lot of fun. The community's given me a lot, and when I go compete in nationals and provincials, and whenever I go compete in any tournament. So it's awesome just to be able to give back to to the community, teach these kids how to wrestle, and you know, it's an awesome experience being able to do that.
And how do you feel as knowing that you are now a role model, a mentor, and an inspiration to these young people?
You know, it means a lot. You never really realize how much you impact the life of someone until you really start coaching, and just the small things when the kids say thanks after practice and stuff like that, you know, it means a lot.
So now you understand how some of your coaches have felt over the years, right? So again, Aaron, looking at our tournament today, how many students from Howitt came out?
I think we have 8 athletes from Howitt, so we had a pretty good turnout.
Excellent, Aaron. Well, thank you very much, and good luck with your grade 12 year, and we look forward to seeing you at the provincials, which are being hosted this year at the multiplex by Alberni Armada and ADSS. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
We're here with Rowan and Annika, part of the Alberni wrestling program. We have Alberni Elementary to my right and McQuina Elementary to my left. Rowan, how long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling for 3 years, and I really enjoy the sport.
So what grade are you in?
I'm in grade 7.
So what grade did you start wrestling in?
I started in grade 5.
And so what has kept you involved in the sport of wrestling?
Well, the socializing I really enjoy because everybody's so nice, and I find that it helps you stay in shape, and I really love the sport.
Well, thank you very much, Rowan. We're going to go over to Annika. Annika, how long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling also for 3 years, since 5th grade.
Excellent. So since grade 5, you've been wrestling for 3 years. What do you most enjoy about the sport of wrestling? What's kept you there?
I just really like it. It's really fun. It's very hands-on. Yeah.
So you enjoy the physical nature of the sport?
Yeah.
Do you like overpowering your opponents?
Yeah, it's fun.
Talk to me about that.
Well,
What's your best match, the one you most enjoy?
I don't really have a best match. They're just all fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. So what do you most enjoy about the sport of wrestling?
I think it's just fun about how you can learn how to wrestle and meet new people. Yeah.
So are you looking forward to continuing the sport of wrestling?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it all through high school.
Well, I know we'd certainly love to see you up on the girls' team. If you look up at the wall above us there, you'll see all the provincial championships our ladies have won. Okay? Are you looking forward to being part of that team?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, Rowan, same question. Okay. Are you planning on continuing in the sport of wrestling when you're done?
Yes, I want to go all the way through high school with it, and I'm planning on getting a scholarship to John Simon Fraser in Vancouver.
Well, we certainly have a strong tradition with our ladies wrestling program here in the Alberni Valley. You're part of a tradition that's been going on since 1992. So be proud, have fun, and Rowan, good luck, and thank you very much. Annika, good luck, and thank you very much. Have a great tournament.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now that brings us to the end of our coverage of the 3rd annual Alberni Valley Elementary Wrestling Tournament. Nancy, it's been some fantastic action today. These kids have left it all on the mat. We've seen a lot of sweat. We've seen very few tears, but we've seen a lot of happy kids. What do you think about this?
You know what? I think Travis Cross summed it up the best. He said this is just about the love of the sport. These kids are having so much fun, and they're our future champions on the mats right here.
That's right, and I know for the ADSS coaching staff, we're certainly looking forward to the future of wrestling in the Alberni Valley, a tradition that is 40 years old already and is looking forward to the next 40 years as we grow and develop. But it takes these kids, takes these young kids to do that. You know, and we are certainly looking forward to them. But if you want to see the cream of the cream in the province, this March, ADSS and the Alberni Valley Wrestling Program are proud to host the BC Wrestling Championships, where over 120 schools will be represented at the multiplex for 3 days of wrestling. So Nancy, thank you for your coverage.
Oh, our pleasure. And of course, you're going to be able to watch the provincials right here on Shaw TV. Ryan, you did great. You always do great.
Thank you, Nancy, as did you. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show.